The newest episode of Survivor 47 is so sad that I've been crying for the past 2.5 hours. Well, anyways, guys, let's go over this 90-minute sob story of an episode. The episode starts off with a clip of a corona creature creeping around. And then Sam says, "Thank you guys so much for not voting me out," even though he secretly is thinking, "Man, I wish I had some fire ants to put in their beds tonight." And is it just me, or does Carolyn kind of look like the atrocious Cassidy in this picture? And then Sam says, "There is no more gotta." To quote him directly, he said, "Gotta, got." Sam, are you stupid? And then Sam and Rachel have the most awkward hug known to mankind. Sam, why are you holding up your arm like that? You haven't used deodorant in 20 days. She's going to die. And then Sam's like, "Oh, brother, Rachel, those Lavu guys are pretty good at lying." And then Rachel says that the only reason she used her shot in the dark was to gauge the reactions of her other castaways to see if she needed to use her idol or not. You're not slick, Rachel. I know you just stole that from a tweet. And then Andy says he's a certified flipper. Show me your flipping license there, pal. Oh, you don't have one? Well, you're going to jail. And then Andy talks to Sam to try to smooth things over, but you can just tell that Sam wants to strangle Andy through the entire conversation. And then Andy just keeps on yapping about being on the bottom. Andy, we do not freaking care. And then Andy and Rachel just have like this confessional back and forth. We're like, "Oh, Andy betrayed me here, Andy betrayed me here, and then I betrayed her there, and then I betrayed her there. But I want to actually work with, but I want to work with you though. So yeah, cool." This freaking episode sucks. And then we get this ominous shot of the island, and it kind of feels like they're about to freaking nuke. And then Saul, Teeny, and Sam are having a conversation, and Teeny kind of looks like a cross between the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And then Sam's like, "You know what, guys? I understand. Sierra was my one true love, so that's why you needed to vote her out, and no hard feelings." And Saul's like, "Huh, this guy's pretty cool. I want to work with him." And then Teeny says, "I can't tell who Gabe is working with." Teeny, are you stupid? It's the most obvious thing ever. He's working with Caroline and Sue. Are you dumb, Teeny? I thought you studied the game. I thought you were a super fan. And you can't tell me who Gabe's working with? Yeah, but they're like, "Yeah, we should find out Gabe." And Teeny's like, "He's a guy, so I don't freaking care." And then Teeny brings the Tremel as if she is running away from a rabid dog. And the Tremel says, "Today you'll compete in pairs or else be mauled by a bear." And then Caroline says the most obvious thing ever. She says, "You want to pick a partner that can help you win, but not one that can beat you at the end." Obviously, Caroline, that's like a 5-year-old saying, "Mommy, not every pee-pee time is a poo-poo time, but every poo-poo time is a pee-pee time." And then Sam chooses Andy because Sam says he can kill Andy in any individual immunity challenge, even though I'm pretty sure Sam has been like the worst player at the individual immunity challenges, but whatever, we don't talk about that. And then Kyle picks Gabe to be his Scooby-Doo, and Gabe's like, "Psh, that's good with me, bro. He's won 3 individual immunity challenges." And then Kyle's like, "I can beat Gabe in immunity. Hopefully." And then we head to the sponsor. Then we head to the immunity challenge. And the pairs are Stinky Sue wearing Rome's shirt for some reason, and Genevieve. And then Caroline and Rachel, Teeny and not so teeny, Gabe and Shaggy, and then Andy and Sam. And this challenge is going to be in 3 parts. In the first challenge, each member has to go through this sand thingamabob, and then grab these bags, and then dig up a bag that's in the sand. And then in the second part, they gotta build this bridge puzzle thing, and then they gotta go around this balance beam. And then in the third challenge, they're gonna be against each other, and it's an endurance challenge. And yeah. And then Jeff hits us with the Star Trek salute and says that the first 2 teams that get eliminated on the first round will lose their vote and have to go to a thing to win their vote back. I hate you, Jeff. And obviously Kyle absolutely mollywops this challenge into oblivion. And then Sandy and Sam snap the rope holding their bag, and they're just like screwed, and Jeff's like, "Psh, I don't care." And Genevieve and Sue are the last team to acquire their bag and get to go to the next portion of the challenge. And these absolute bozos have lost their vote and have to acquire them back in a challenge. And then we head to the next portion of the challenge, and despite the fact that Gabe and Kyle were dead last the entire challenge, Kyle beats through the balance beam, and Kyle and Gabe and Teeny and Saul make it to the last part of the challenge, and Stinky Sue and Genevieve are bye-bye goners. And the challenge comes down to Gabe versus Kyle, and I think it's pretty obvious that Kyle is gonna... Wait... Gabe won? And then Gabe physically assaults Kyle some more by smacking him in the head. And then after getting the immunity necklace, Gabe turns into a raging psychopath and does whatever the freak this is. And I forgot to mention that the two duos that made it to the final portion of the challenge get to eat BLTs, which stands for Bruce's Luscious Toenails. And then Gabriel says that eating a BLT is a survivor bucket list checkmark. Gabe, are you okay, buddy? And then Tini says, all they're hearing from Gabe is pleasureful moaning. What exactly is he doing with that BLT? And then Saul and Gabe have an epic burp off, and Saul absolutely burps the crap out of him. And let's just say, if the immunity challenge was who can burp the loudest, Saul would have won it hands down. And then the four winners talk about voting out Sam because, you know, Sam is a little bit of a goofy goober, if we're being honest. And then Kyle's like, I'm not scared of Genevieve. She's no strategic threat. Anyways, Genevieve's like, let's get out Saul. And you might be wondering why she wants Saul out. It's actually because he wanted Rome out. Didn't everyone want Rome out, including you? And then Stinky Sue's like, well, actually, my plan was to vote out Kyle, but I can't do anything in this game by myself, so I'm actually just going to follow whatever Genevieve says, but we have to let Gabe know because he's my number one. And then we head to the losers trying to get their votes back. I think we should just throw them all in a volcano for losing the challenge. And it says 3 of them will get their votes back and 1 person will not. They have to do a challenge, and the challenge is, reverse Jenga. Survivor, did you run out of money, Survivor? And then we head back to the other players, and everyone thinks it's going to be Sam, so Genevieve has to talk to Gabe about it being Saul. And then they tell Kyle, and Kyle's like, I don't care, I won 3 immunities, and no one's saying my name. This is epic. And then we head back to the reverse Jenga, and this is really boring, so, yeah, Carolyn loses her vote. Ooh, scary. And then we head back to camp, and there's some absolutely scrambling going on by everyone's part. No one knows what the flip is going down. And then we head to tribal council and everyone is still super confused about what the vote actually is. And as Jeff is asking his dumb, idiotic questions, everyone is whispering in the background. And when Carolyn says she lost her vote, Sierra on the jury says good. Sierra, what's your problem, bro? And then everyone gets off their little tushies and votes for who they want to get voted out. And despite the absolute pandemonium, it is still somehow a unanimous vote to get Saul out of the game. What the flip? Tini, you gotta be like one of the worst Alliance members to ever exist in Survivor history. Well, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And if you think Saul should come back for another season, comment down below. Saul is the true Saul survivor. And yeah, bye.
Hey everybody, this is Bruce here for Season 45 Survivor. Now, I, Bruce, the greatest Survivor player to ever exist, demand that all of you subscribe to Meme View. That's M-E-M-E, View. And hit the like button. Or, if you don't, you end up like me on Season 44. Alright? You don't want that, do you? Peace!